Hey guys, it's Tara and welcome back to another video. I absolutely love the holiday season. In my Italian household growing up, we either had manigatta or lasagna for Christmas dinner. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to make the most delicious lasagna. We're gonna be using our Instant Pot, so this could not get any easier. You guys are gonna absolutely love it. Before we get started, if you have not already, I would love for you to be a part of this community. You do that by hitting the red subscribe button that's right below this video, and be sure to click the bell icon. That way you're notified each time I post a new video. If you guys are ready to make this incredibly delicious lasagna, smash that like button and let's jump right into the video. Here are all of the ingredients we'll be using today. A complete list will be in the description box below. So we're going to start by grating our cheese. I'm using Pecorino Romano. I love the sharp flavor. You could also use Parmesan or regular Romano if you prefer, and I highly recommend grating it fresh. Then we're going to grab our mozzarella, and I'm using a low moisture, good quality mozzarella. I'm going to set it aside, and in a large bowl, we're going to add our ricotta cheese, our dried spices, 1 large egg, and then I'm adding most of the Pecorino Romano cheese. I want to incorporate this in pretty well first, plus I'm spilling it all over my counter as I'm doing it. Add the rest of the Pecorino Romano cheese, and then just mix everything really well. Then we're gonna grab our pan. I love this pan. The bottom is removable, but it's also very high. I will link this in the description box below. So it's very important for you to spray your pan so nothing will stick. We're gonna add a layer of sauce, coat the bottom really well. Then we're gonna grab our lasagna noodle. It's really important to use No Boil Lasagna Noodles. I found this green lentil gluten-free pasta I was dying to try, and it turned out so delicious. You can use any kind of No Boil Lasagna noodles that you love. Just be sure you use 8 ounces. It doesn't really matter what size your lasagna noodle is or how perfect you put it on the bottom of the pot. You just want to kind of form a layer of lasagna noodles. So you could see I'm breaking it into little pieces. Again, trust me, it will cook perfectly. Next, we're going to grab our ricotta cheese mixture and just spoon it right on top. And I'm going to use a spatula to kind of spread it out, being careful to not move the lasagna noodles all over the place. Then I'm going to grab my spinach and just put a nice handful in. It will cook perfectly. Add some mozzarella. Then we're going to grab another lasagna noodle. I usually add sauce to each layer of my lasagna when making it traditionally inside of the oven. For this recipe to come out perfect, it's really important to cut down on the amount of liquid that you're using on each layer. That way you can remove it from your baking pan and it's perfect. Just as we did with the bottom layer, we want to add the lasagna noodles to just make a layer. It doesn't have to be perfect. Spoon some more of that delicious ricotta mixture. Use your spatula to smooth it over. Add some more spinach and back to the noodles. I decided not to add mozzarella cheese to each layer to lighten it up a little bit. You can of course add it, but I felt like this ratio of different cheeses was absolutely perfect. We're going to continue this until we get to the top of the pan. Add some of that ricotta mixture, smooth it out. Add some more spinach, and then a couple of spoonfuls of sauce. I am going to add sauce to this layer so that all of the noodles will cook absolutely perfect. Also going to add a nice helping of the mozzarella cheese. This is going to help to bind everything together. Now for our top layer of the lasagna noodles. Again, it does not have to be perfect or pretty. It will look beautiful. Trust me, guys. Add some more of the sauce. And then we're going to sprinkle some of that mozzarella right over the top. We're going to grab some parchment paper. I like to crumple it up. It's a great hack. We have packed this lasagna all the way to the top of the pan, so it's really important that the cheese will not stick, and I found parchment paper to work the best. Now we need to add some aluminum foil on top of the parchment paper. Parchment paper will not stay tightly wrapped around the lasagna pan, but aluminum foil will, and we don't want any water getting inside of our lasagna. We're gonna wrap the aluminum foil tightly around the top, and it does not have to be tight around the entire pan. Then we're gonna grab our Instant Pot, add a trivet along with our water, and I have this awesome sling. I'll link this in the description box below. You could also use a foil sling that you make. Place it inside of the Instant Pot. Grab our lid, make sure the silicone ring is on, set it to sealing on high pressure for 20 minutes. We're gonna allow 10 minutes of natural pressure. We're gonna perform a quick release, open the lid, and we're carefully going to remove our delicious lasagna. Remember, this is very, very hot. Take the aluminum foil off, take the parchment paper off. You absolutely can serve the lasagna straight out of the Instant Pot, but I love the top of the cheese to get bubbly and brown, so I'm gonna place it under the broiler, and I highly recommend doing this. And I'm gonna just place the pan directly under the broiler. I recently purchased the Instant Omni Plus toaster oven. It's both a toaster convection oven and an air fryer. If you're interested in a video where I showcase this awesome kitchen appliance, let me know in the comments below. Carefully remove it from the oven, and it is very important to set this aside for at least 15 minutes, preferably 20 to 25 minutes, so it completely sets. Look at this. Perfectly cooked lasagna. Cutting a nice big slice of this lasagna. You guys are gonna absolutely love this recipe. If you want to add more sauce on top, I know I love a lot of sauce. Go ahead and add some more. If you want another sprinkling of the Pecorino Romano, however you like it, you guys have got to try this recipe. I hope you enjoyed today's video and that you have a chance to try it. Let me know any recipe ideas you have for a future episode in the comments below. I'm gonna leave a playlist of some delicious, easy recipes on the screen here if you'd like to check that out. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.